When I was up Pendleton to the rawhide gathering, Bill Black was showing me a knot that he liked to tie for the side button on a bowsail, and it was tied from a 6-part 5-bight Casa knot, and then he made it a 2-pass herringbone knot. When I got home, I got to thinking about that knot, and I wanted to try to put a single zigzag of color in the center of it. And so I would like to show how I did that. And we will start with this 6-part 5-bight Casa knot. And this drawing is in my book, Introduction to Turk's Head Knots. And you just go over, over, under, then under, over, which would be that drawing, and that laid our tracks. So now we split them over, under, that was that drawing. Now we're doing this one. We turn and we're doing over, under, over, over, under, over, now we're going to lay our tracks again, following the right hand side of the standing part, under, over, under. And now right here it starts with an under, so we could just go under that outside cross. And then straighten it out. And we're going down this side. Over, under, over. Now we split our tracks. Over, under, over, under that outside bight. We come back into our tracks with an over, and an under, then an over, under, and out, over, and that finishes our 6-part 5-bight Casa knot. And if you count those, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then our 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me move that out of our way. Now, when Bill Black showed me this knot, or when he tied this knot, I'm going to straighten this up a little. He went on the right hand side of the standing part to start his interweave. Normally I like to tie a herringbone interweave on the left hand side of the standing part, but it could be done either way. But with a knot that has an even number of parts, when you do an interweave, it's going to be over on one side and under on the other one. If you do like Bill did and come up here, you're following this side of the strand and you do an under this X, where if you come over the standing end and follow this side of it, you're going to be going over this outside X. And I'm going to do that just because that's the way I draw them in my book, and that's the way most people traditionally do a herringbone on the left and a pineapple on the right. So we're going to go on the left hand side of the standing end and follow the left side of the standing part. So we're going to go under, over, under, and like Bill said, as he was tying his knot, you can do two and pull it, and it'll keep your knots. Your knot won't get crooked if you're just doing two at a time instead of through the whole knot. Okay, over, under, and then you're going out over this last strand, and you're going to come in over this strand, so you're just going over a 2x, and then when we come in, we're following this side of that strand. So we're going over 2x, under, over, under. I'm going to pull my slack, lay my X's in there. Okay, now on this side, here we went over the outside X. Here we're going to go over, split that pair, right here's our pair. I'm going to go over one, split that pair, you go out under one and come back in under one, so that makes it a 3x, 2 and 1 right there. Now we're following this strand on our right. We're following the left hand side of it. So we're over, under, and split that pair. Now on the top, we're going out over 2, back in over 1 to make an over 3x. I go under, over, under, and this is a pair right there. So when I go under 1, then I split a pair, and go over 2 and split that pair and go under a 3x, which is 2 that way and 1 that way. So there There's my 3X. And I go over one, under one. Oh, I've got a pair out there, so I got to go under two, split a pair, over two. No, I did that wrong. I got to go. I'm following this strand. Over one, split the pair, and under two. Over one, under, splitting a pair going in, a pair coming out. Over our 3X, go under one, over one, split a pair, under two, and split a pair. Over two, split a pair, and there's our under going out, and there's our under coming in for our 3X. We're following this strand, over one, under one, and split a pair. Over two, under two, splitting a pair. Okay, we're going out over two, over, right there. Over two, over one, under one, and split that pair. And then we'll go over two, split a pair, under two, split a pair. Okay, we're going to go over two, split a pair, and under one, so it's two coming out, one going in, right there. Now we're going to go right up through here. We go over one, because we're following this one, and split that pair, and go under two, over two, split a pair, under two, and split a pair. Now we're going to go over two going out, over one coming in, and right there is our pair. See how these two strands are coming out from under the same strand? That's our pair. So we're going to go out over two, back in over one, split the pair, and go under two. So it's over a 3X and under two. Over two, split a pair, under two, split a pair, we're going to go over 2, split this pair right here. See how these two are coming out of the same thing? Okay. And under, and that finishes our 2-pass herringbone knot. That is the, oh, I'm getting out of screen. That is the 2-pass herringbone that Bill Black showed me in Pendleton. Now, I wanted to put a second color in the center of this knot. And that'll help us fill this up. And right here, now here's our standing end and working end, but I'm going to rotate it a little bit just so that our ends are not even, but all in one place. But we're going to follow this strand right here. So we're going to go in right. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. We're going to want our ends right there, so we're wanting our zigzag right here. So we're going to come in and so we're going in 1, 2, 3 and following that strand. And we'll use a different color. For our zigzag. And we're going to go over 2, following the strand on our left, or on our right. We go under 2 that way and under 2 that way for a 4X. And to be on our collar, I'm going to just do that so that I go under 2, and then I'm going to turn and come back in under 2, just so my strand stays out on the edge of my collar better. You could do it straight under for a 4X, but that's going to keep our end under better than if we just went clear through. Okay, we're following this strand, so we'd go under 2 and under 2. Okay, on this side, my knot is off the edge of my collar a little, so I can just do my 4X right there. Because of that, I might want to come over here and work the knot up on my collar so it's straighter. There. Okay. Following this strand, we're going to go under 2 and under 2 that way, and I'm going to keep my fid on the outside of my collar and do that as a 4X. Now we're going to go over and see our double right here. So we're going to go over 2, split a pair, and we do 3 that way and 2 that way and come up right there. Over 2, under 5x. Lost my mic again. It's a terrible thing. Okay. Over 2, split that pair, go under 3 that way, back under 2 that way, get it off my collar. And do a 5x, 3, 2. Over 2, split our pair, we go 3 that way, 2 that way for our 5x. And what we're tying inside of this is a 3-part 5-bight knot. Okay, we're going to go over 2, split that pair, you go 3 that way and 2 that way and split that pair right there. So there is our 5x. A little straighten where I got a little bit aggressive. Okay, we're going to go over 3, split that pair. So we're going under 3 this way and under 2 that way. I'll just get it all in one move if I can. Right there. There's our 5x. Going over 3 because we split that pair. We're going over 3, split this pair, and that would be under 3 that way and under 2 that way. So there is our 5x, and we split that pair right there. Okay, we go over 3, split that pair, and right there's where we would have come out, and we're back to our standing end. So that finishes our knot. So we just split that pair and go out. And where this knot was tied with a 6-part 5-bight primary knot, then you tie a 6-part 5-bight interweave knot to make it a 2-pass herringbone. And now we have just finished a 3-part 5-bight knot, so that makes a total of 15 parts 15 bites. And it has a, move the shadow here a little, it has one zigzag in the center of the knot. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you'll try to tie it. It turns out a nice little knot once you kind of shape it up a little bit and smooth it out. Thanks for watching.